Today we're looking at St Nicholas Bromham in Wiltshire, between Chippenham and Devizes. It has a Norman origin, but primarily it is of perpendicular design with a great deal of subsequent refurbishment. Inside is not hugely interesting, apart from one or two memorials, this Memento Mori for example, and here a fine early 18th century marble together with another one from a little bit later, a 19th century lectern and a 17th century font. There's an interesting Leon vault in the centre, but the real gem in this church is this chantry chapel founded by Sir Roger Two Coates and his stepson Richard Beauchamp, built between 1485 and 1491. There are a number of tombs and brasses here commemorating the family. Let's start by looking up at this incredible ceiling with 32 oak panels painted with heraldic shields. And now we scan down to the effigy of Sir Roger himself. And just look at the staggering amount of graffiti allegedly placed there by parliamentary soldiers in the English Civil Wars, but no doubt added to later. At his feet we find a curiously shaped dog, and the dog has almost a beak and what appears to be a hole in its head for, I don't know what, was it there to support a canopy perhaps? As we run up to the great man himself, we can see that he is completely defaced by graffiti. He has a helm as a canopy. We can see some graffiti here, but there is a wreath that runs around his helm. And now we move back down, taking in a couple of little niches. There's one on the south wall and another one on the east wall where I imagine there would have been statuary originally. There is still some original colour in there. And then down beneath there is some graffiti on the walls. Not as much here as I thought we would find, in fact. And now we come to these rather wonderful brasses of Sir Edward Bayton and his family. Sir Edward died in 1593. Notice the colour on here. The colour in the two tombs here are quite well preserved. And here are more members of the Bayton family running across the east wall. And then here on the north side of the chantry chapel we find Lady Elizabeth Beauchamp, or Two Coates. Sir Roger was her second husband. He's the man, the alabaster man in the effigy. Fabulous colour. Couple of shields in there. And now we look back, we look up here at the capitals here. There's some gold leaf, but I'm not quite sure that that's original. We see a helmet up there, presumably a funeral helmet. In fact, there are three of them left in the chantry chapel, but there are hooks for many more. Then on the south wall there are more assorted and more recent, comparatively plain memorials. Across here we have a much more recent memorial. And now as we go back out into the church we turn round and have a last look into the chantry chapel. Just by the 15th century door back there into into the spire area. So it'll squint there, looking through to the high altar, a 19th century high altar. Some of the cartoons in the windows are apparently by Burne-Jones, or at least by his factory. Here's there's that nice memento mori again. 19th century pulpit, into the nave. There's a little bit of graffiti there. I'm not sure whether it's I think it's probably a merchant's mark actually. And now up to, I suppose, the parish chest. And then open on the parish chest we have Psalm 24, "The Lord is my shepherd." Finally, the screen from the church into the chantry chapel. I imagine that that's contemporary, so that puts it at the end of the 15th century. And that concludes our visit to St Nicholas, Bromham. Hope you've enjoyed our little walk around.